Good evening, folks. This public meeting for April 28th. I'll just read through our video disclaimer first off. This disclaimer is to inform all participants that this meeting conducted in person and via Zoom will be recorded for record-keeping purposes. By participating in the meeting, you consent that the recording may contain, one, your video stream, including images of yourself, two, your audio stream, and this includes any opinions you contribute. Anyone attending the recorded meeting may have aspects of their personal data recorded if they actively participate or not. By staying in the meeting, being recorded, by consenting and attending the meetings virtually or in person, participants also agree to recordings being posted to YouTube or other distribution services. An acknowledgement that Armour Township is situated on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe. Armour Township recognizes the historical and contemporary contributions of the local First Nations and the peoples of Turtle Island. So this is the public meeting for a zoning bylaw amendment. We have a script that we'll be reading through today. We have our planner, Bob Miller, on for questions, and anybody else who has questions will be allowed to speak through this process. But we will follow the script. This is a public meeting with respect to consideration of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment under Section 34 of the Planning Act to amend bylaw 27-95 as amended by bylaw number 23-2010. Purpose of this amendment is to add provisions in conformity with the Ontario Building Code that building permits for accessory shipping containers are not required if the floor area is equal to or less than 15 square meters or 161.5 square feet. Shipping containers with greater floor areas than this will therefore be defined as structures in the Armour zoning bylaw and subject to a zoning bylaw amendment and a building permit accordingly.
Notice of the public meeting was given by prepaid first-class mail on March 31st, 2026 to the ministries and agencies as required by the Planning Act. Notice was also published in the Digital Almaguin News for 30 days, commencing on March 31st, 2026, and on the Armour Township website.
The procedure is we will first hear from the clerk any submissions received in writing. Then we will hear from those in support of the bylaw and then those opposed to the bylaw. All persons wishing to address the bylaw will please direct their questions through the chair, that's myself. Any persons who want further notice of the passage of a bylaw should give their full name, address, and postcode to the clerk prior to leaving the meeting. A copy of the proposed bylaw was circulated. Is there anyone here who does not understand it or wants an explanation? Okay, we will now hear written submissions from the clerk.
There were no submissions or comments received for the proposed zoning bylaw amendment.
Okay. Is there anyone here in support of the application, either on Zoom or in the room? None noted. Is there anyone here opposed to the application?
Have we muted them or?
At times, if Jenna, we notice you're in the call here. If you would like to speak and you can't, can you just give a thumbs up using the or a raise hand icon, and I can ask you to unmute. Otherwise, if you don't want to speak, take no action.
Okay. The applicant is the Township of Armour. Any questions from council while we're still in session? No questions from Zoom? Okay, public meeting regarding consideration of the proposed amendment to zoning bylaw number 2795 as amended in the Township of Armour District of Parry Sound is now adjourned. Council will consider all the matters placed before it prior to coming to a decision, and that will be at our normal meeting this evening. Okay, that's it for the public meeting.
Okay. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Jenna.